Hey everybody, what's up? I hope that you're all doing well. So the way that this reading is going to work is that I'm going to start pulling cards. I want to see what zodiac comes out. Whoever the first zodiac is that comes out, that will be what's in the title of the reading. That will be who the reading is for. Okay, first card that we have is Nine of Pentacles. We have Hanged Man, we have Queen of Cups. Okay. Your perspective of what matters to you, of what's important to you, of what's worth it to you can be going through some type of shift. I see Nine of Pentacles in this deck as being connected with what you feel like you need in order to feel like you have the things that you need, and for things to feel like you can be essentially sustained off of that. Having the Hanged Man there can mean that like maybe before you thought that you needed certain things and you actually don't need those things, or maybe you didn't think that you needed certain things and you're finding out that you do need those things. Like maybe you were placing importance on something that now at this point you're like, I don't know how important that actually is to me. Maybe in other ways you're realizing things that you weren't putting importance on are now becoming important to you. Like whatever it might be, I feel like this is going through some type of perspective transition. Because we have Queen of Cups here, this can be something having to do with your feelings, with how something feels, with how important something feels to you, with how needed, necessary, or unnecessary something is as it relates to your future, where you're going, what you want. So yeah, maybe before there was a, like, I feel like I need to have this thing. It's the most important thing to me. Like, I will not be happy unless I have secured this. There can be something about that that's going through a shift. Or just something that didn't occur to you before where you were like, like, I can live with it, live without it. And now you can be getting to a point where you're like, this is actually super important to me. And it's not, and it's something that I want to be there with me. I want to like carry that up ahead, or I want to meet it in that space up ahead. So I just feel like in some major way, like something here is happening where there's a dynamic shift that you're going through. So we have Three of Wands here, and then we also have Five of Wands, which feels like something that needs to be worked out in order for you to move forward. And I feel like it comes back to this with the Nine of Pentacles. I like to see Nine of Pentacles as a card that's connected with when we have secured those things. It doesn't have to be like tangible things, it can include tangible things. When we have secured whatever that is, we feel like, okay, like this is what I need to live, and I consider that as being abundance, like having what you need when you need it. So there can be some type of thing that you're figuring out about like what you actually need to feel like you have what you need versus what you may not. And it feels like that has something to do with where you're going and what you're doing, and something here that's majorly being realized that feels of great importance. If no zodiacs come out, this is just going to be a collective reading. Yeah, definitely something here that has to do with what you want and what you need. I'm wondering too, for some of you, if if this is connected with like maybe something going on where you were like, I have to have this thing, otherwise like I'm not gonna feel happy. It's like looking at a house that you really like and being like, as if I can live there, like that will be what I need, and you end up getting outbid or something. We have the Five of Cups here. Like something happens and you may not be able to secure that anymore. Like maybe somebody else bought it, whatever. Your perspective initially may be like, well, there goes that, down the drain. Like I'll never be happy again because I don't have that thing. This feels like something that initially you may feel that way, but eventually you're not going to be feeling that way because you're going to realize in a deeper way what you want, and that was very limited perspective, and one that I feel like is growing and expanding to recognize that it's not specific maybe to that particular thing. That's not to say it wasn't something that you felt happy with, or if things worked out you wouldn't be content with it. It is, but I'm seeing Five of Cups, which can mean like that didn't work out. That isn't what happened here. Like we have Neptune and we also have Pluto here. So this can mean like I've been telling myself and I've been convinced and I really was believing that this was the reality and this really was relatively how I felt. Pluto is going to come there and be like, are you sure that's 100%? And it can be something that you're seeing through here, and it can be something that you're elevating through as well. Whereas before you could have been like very much convinced, I have to have this or else. Now can be the point with that Five of Cups where something is not working out and it's still in your best interest, but it can be something that's hard to believe when you want something so badly. When you are very much convinced, like, if I don't have that, I'm not going to be able to enjoy myself. If I don't have that, I don't have what I need. But if that were really the case, wouldn't things be working out? It feels like something was not in alignment. But when we have the Hanged Man there, we have to work through some stuff in order to recognize that, in order to see it. And it can be something that you're not totally there yet, which is fine. You don't need to be anywhere where you're not. I feel like the reading is just giving this like encouragement that you can feel the way that you feel initially, and you may not stay feeling like that with the Hanged Man, because it can be stuff that hasn't fully been realized about this situation, where you'll get later down the timeline, look back and be like, I can't believe I thought that. You know, it's like when you're 5 years old and you want the lollipop, the whole world ends when you don't get it, you know, because that's like at that point in time, in that moment, it's the most important thing. And like, how are you going to be happy without it? It feels like one of those moments. But as an adult going through something where this could have been your version of that lollipop, now something else is going on. And of course, these feelings are very real and your perspective is very real. You can also be recognizing it's not the only one. So I feel something here that's elevating, that's in the process of elevating. You have to get connected with this very soulful part of yourself in order to realize a deeper truth here. But yeah, I feel like it's one of those times too where what you want is still in the vicinity. Like, you could have convinced yourself you only like that lollipop flavor, and what you want is actually in front of you, but you can be like, I wanted that one. Meanwhile, your guides are like, you'll actually like this one better, you'll prefer that, but you can be feeling stuck. Like, I don't believe it, but believe it. Because if that really were the case and it were be all end all, you would have gotten that, you know? There's more to come, much more to come. I feel too like with Neptune, it's kind of that situation where like you have every reason to believe that's the only lollipop flavor that you like. And you can be like, how did the universe run out of that type? Like, that's the only kind that I like. Meanwhile, it's like there's one that you never heard of and it's going to be your favorite. But that is like part of the illusion here, that like you don't know about that yet. You can say like, maybe I can recognize that that could be possible, but I'm not seeing that right now. So maybe you feel like a little bit hopeless even. We have the High Priestess coming out. So we just have a bunch of planets, but no zodiacs. We have Neptune, we have Pluto, we have the moon. Yeah, I'm seeing your higher self be like, just wait till you get up ahead. Just wait until you see what's going to be happening and move. Like, keep it moving here. But there can be this part of you that's like, I don't even care about that. Because, you know, like you have not seen the other lollipop flavor that you're going to love. You just haven't seen it yet. And so at this point, you can be like, it's over for me. That really can be the feeling here. And you can be like, I don't even want to move forward. What do I want to move forward for when what I want was only this and that's not working out now? So why would I want to move forward when it feels like all hope is lost? I really do feel that sense of this. And it can feel really hard to pick yourself up through this. It feels like this can be actually a pretty cathartic time right now. Like, have to believe that there's a bigger plan here. Okay, we have the star. This reading is going to be for Aquarius. First zodiac out. I'm seeing that you're coming back to a place where, like, you're coming back to your better judgment, but you can feel, like, really emotionally fogged right now. That can be the feeling. Like, we have Five of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups here. We also have the Queen of Wands here. So this is, like, a lot of passion and a lot of emotion and just a lot of, like, trying to be receptive to what's going on, but it can be different than what you thought that you wanted, and now, like, why isn't that working out? And the whole having to come to terms with everything, and the whole, like, if I'm convinced that this is my, like, be all end all only thing that I want, and I'm not recognizing that I want other things, like, how in the world can I let go of this? So it needs a perspective shift in order for hope to be there. So this is, like, a whole process that you're going through. So yeah, you can feel, like, even conflicted about anything having to do with the future. If you're like, if I don't have this thing that I want right now, why do I even care about what's happening later down the line? And then it can be like, I don't even care what happens anymore. You know, like, everything can sort of go out the window at this point. But seeing High Priestess be connected with Three of Wands, I feel like this is your higher self coming through and saying, like, you don't even know what's going to be happening up there. Like, this is everything to you right now, and this is your perspective right now. Wait until you get up there, and in retrospect, you look back to this time. It's going to look very, very different. Like, that vantage point is going to look very different than how you're seeing things right now. All without taking away the validity of what you're feeling, because what you're feeling is real right now. As I said before, it's not the only perspective. It's not going to remain the only perspective. This is something that you're going to see differently a bit up ahead, I'm seeing, and you're going to look back at this and be like, my higher self did tell me, but I really couldn't see it at that point in time, and that's where we are right now. I can't see it. If you can tune in to your deeper wisdom here, you can recognize that there is a possibility that there may be something better suited for you up ahead. And there is a possibility that this thing may not have worked out because something more fitting is going to be up ahead. I feel too, when we have Hanged Man there, that we really can be convinced this is the only thing, this is the perfect thing, to a point with the Hanged Man where things become a bit extreme. Because the way that Neptune works is that we can be convinced that it's like, this is the one original piece, the only existing thing that will possibly fit. It's like the only key that can unlock this. There's no other one in existence. Like, if it isn't this, it's not anything. And that's just not the case. But when we're in that moment, when emotions are heightened and passion is heightened, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, can be difficult to recognize that, to rationalize that, because we're so consumed in the way that we feel. Yet it's like the only lens that we're looking through, and not stepping back and seeing through the other lenses. It's like, it kind of just feels like it falls back onto this universal truth that if something really were the be all end all, you will see those things clicking together and that will work. If something is not clicking together and it's not working, it's because something else is going to click together and work, and that's just the way that things work. But when we are not logged in to that part of ourselves that knows that, this is the reality, what's being experienced now. So it's helping you to work through this so you can see more clearly. And things are going to start clearing up and not feel so waterlogged. And it's going to help you move forward with a sense of passion and intrigue in a way that can feel difficult to muster right now because of how dense everything is that you're feeling. This is a time that you are going to move through, and you are going to get to a point where I'm seeing you're going to come out of this and the dots are going to be connecting in a way that they're not right now. But I'm seeing when you come out of this, ending with that Three of Cups, the dots are going to connect for you. So just know that that's what's upcoming. That's what I'm seeing. That is the trail that we are following. Something else that you can be feeling right now that's catching my eye, you can be feeling a little bit lost right now. You can be like, what's going on? Like, what's happening with my life right now? Like, what is this place that I'm in? Like, I'm not really understanding. That's also being read here within the energy as well. I feel like it's very normal for where you are right now to be feeling like this. You're not going to remain in this feeling. It's not going to feel like that nebulous, weird, kind of unsure. It's like, is it foggy? Is it not foggy? I feel like there's a little bit of a lack of direction here. It's not going to stay feeling like that. This is very temporary, okay? So just like allow yourself to be where you are right now in this moment, while also recognizing that it's not gonna stay in this like weird energy, because I'm feeling it's getting a little bit weird within the energy, and it can feel kind of uncomfortable, and it can almost be like, did my guides forget about me? I kind of feel like that vibe here. It's just not the point yet where you're gonna feel like it comes together. You're going to be connecting the dots upcoming. I'm seeing that's where we are going. Like something important here is going to be coming together that has not come together yet, that you're going to be seeing, and it's going to help you understand why things needed to happen in this way for right now, okay? Seeing 1818 on the time looking up. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.